Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another sort of Convallaria video, and today we are going to do a full kit reveal for Simona, our newest Union champion to come. Unit? Let's just go with unit, to come to sort of Convallaria. Now, I have access to her over here on the test roam. I actually had to pull for her, so got lucky and got her, so we can do an entire kit reveal. This is not going to be a should you pull video, because I want to get the kit kind of out in the air first. I want to talk through the kit with you guys before I talk about like if she's worth all of the Luxite you've been saving, because Luxite doesn't exactly flow in this game. Still, she is a member of the Union, and since so many people pulled for Gloria, this will be a legendary unit to run with Gloria to take advantage of Gloria's leadership aura. That's something to keep in mind. Now, what does Simona do herself? Winter is Coming is Simona's trait. It gives her attack and defense plus 5%, and at the start of a turn, she gains Armor of Ice. Now, Armor of Ice, this is what this unit is meant to do. She has shields that scale off of her magic attack. She's going to zone control by making ice walls, frosty tiles on the ground, and she'll be able to crowd control enemies with a freeze. So here with Winter is Coming, you can see she gets this shield equal to 60% of her magic attack. She's immune to frosty tile effects. And if she's hit by a melee attack, she inflicts move -1 on the attacker for 2 turns. She will inflict a lot of move down, like a lot, including move down 3 in some cases, which basically just, roots a unit for all of us MMO players out there. Now, her basic attack, just 80% magic damage. You're probably going to look to replace that later. And her level 1 skill, Ice Lance, is a single target attack. It does deal 130% magic damage. It inflicts speed -1 and move -1. So a nice little debuff attached to it, and for a level 1 skill, really that's not too bad. Okay, let's look at what she picks up along the way. Now, at rank 1, you get access to Ice Cone, this is a move we've all seen 100 times throughout this game. A lot of enemies in the game cast this. Little ice falls from the sky, 80% ice AoE damage within a 1-tile radius, puts ice on the ground. It's a decent little AoE, but she also gets access to Icy Blast. Now, shorter range, right? Like the range on Ice Cone extends out to 4 at the peak. This one only extends out 2, but it's a bigger AoE. It's 75% AoE damage to the first enemy in each line, so it only hits like the closest enemy in each line to her and then stops. It inflicts speed -1 and move -1 for 2 turns, and crucially, this is the tip the scale thing right here. It has a knockback too, and knockback is just pretty useful in this game overall. Okay, at rank 3, Ice Maid Armor. This is a group buff where Simona selects a target direction, so she'll target herself, next to her on both sides, and in a direction, and all allies within a 3x4 area in that direction. And all allies 3 tiles to the left and right of the tile occupied by Simona, so you can see the AoE. Weird way of explaining it, that's what it looks like. Gain Armor of Ice, that's her shield that we were talking about earlier, and they get Regeneration 1, which is 10% of their HP regenerating at the end of their turn for 2 turns. Also, if she already had Armor of Ice, it only consumes 1 energy to cast this buff, and she will more than likely have Armor of Ice unless she's just been getting wailed on. Alternatively, at skill 3, you could take Ice Assault, which is an instant use move that'll be like an ice skating attack, where she'll select 1 tile within a cross-shaped range. You can see the cross shape on the screen right here, and charge to the location. So she'll charge all the way out to the end, attacking all enemies along the line. Ice damage equal to 100% of her physical shield. So this one scales with her shield, and she'll gain Warrior of Frost for 2 turns, which is a buff that reduces damage taken by 30% and increases the distance she can travel by 1 if she's walking on frosty tiles. 2 really good skills here. I mean, obviously Ice Maid Armor is going to give you that physical shield, which in certain situations is going to be very, very important, combined with regeneration especially, but this will give you a lot of mobility, including move up, and gives you that that Warrior of Frost for that damage reduction 30. So both of those are pretty good. I'm not sure which one I would take if I had the unit yet. At rank 5, your reaction abilities. Protection of Ice. When you're hit by an active attack from an enemy, move -1 on them. So they take, when hit by an active attack from an enemy that has move -1, which They probably will if they're fighting Simona. You take 30% less damage. Or you just get ice shards, which I think is better. After her armor of ice is destroyed, she deals 50% magic damage to all enemies within 2 tiles and inflicts move -3. So if you break her shield and she has ice shards equipped, her shield will explode, doing 50% magic damage to all enemies and then essentially rooting them unless they have a greater move than 3. Okay, rank 7. This rank 7 skills are a huge power spike for some units, but for Simona, she gets the weaker battle flag of the Union. Again, Gloria has the better version of this, so this is something that holds her a little back at rank 7. If you have Gloria, you don't need battle flag of the Union. It's just the attack and defense buff. You do also get access though to Flash Freezing, which is a 2 energy skill with a 3-turn cooldown, a single target attack, 80% magic damage, another move -3 for 2 turns. So again, like a root. And if the target has move -1, it also freezes them for 2 turns. So not only will it root them, it will also just freeze them. And if you don't know what freeze is, they cannot take action or be passed through. They get immunity to damage, and the effect is disabled if they take fire damage. It just crowd controls them, right? Like if you're playing an MMO, you have those characters in your groups that just like, they're mezzing a mob or they're sapping a mob. This kind of reminds me of that a little bit. Just crowd control a single target, pretty dang good. And that's probably what you're taking at rank 7. Okay, rank 9, your auto attack replacers. Ice attack is 80% magic damage with move -1 on healthy targets. Ice Maid Sword is a bit of a harder hitting attack. It's short range, right? But it's a bigger attack. Single target attack, 110% magic damage. If she's attacking an enemy with minus move, which, yep, or who are currently on a frosty tile, yep, the damage goes up by 30%, making it a 140% magic modifier move, which is one of the biggest hitting moves in her kit. Now, the range is 1, so you got to be a little bit careful there, but it seems worth the trade-off to me. I think Ice Maid Swords looks really good. And then rank 11, the rank 11 skills, the benefit of being a legendary character. She has access to Will to Survive, which feels really mid to me on her. If she's dying, she'll recover 50% HP and 2 energy. But she gets Winter Doomsday. This is her thing. This might be the skill, along with her other like freezing attacks that crowd control people, that make her super good in PvP. Because PvP, but manual PvP I'm talking about, seems to be very like, can you control areas of the map? Like, I bet you that's a meta we move to at some point when everybody's starting to do manual PvP. Simona selects 1 tile within a cross-shaped range. You can see there's the tile selected, and deals 70% ice damage to all enemies within a 5x3. So massive AoE right there. She summons an ice wall in the middle 3, right? So 1, 2, 3, those middle 3, she'll ice wall it. That creates a wall, right? Again, controlling zones. And if it's occupied, if she hits somebody in one of those tiles, she'll freeze them for a turn, crowd controlling them. So much control offered by this unit right there. I think she looks really good. Like, I'm probably leaning towards pulling her, but my budget and my access to Luxite is just different than everybody else's. I think right now, like, before I actually sit down and write out all of the reasons to pull and not pull her, which there are definitely some on both, I think one of her biggest strengths is she's a mage, which mages just feel good to me. Like, mages feel strong, and there's not a ton of them out there, so that's nice. She's also in the Union, which gives her access to, taking advantage of Gloria's buff. It's somebody to run with Gloria and feel good about, and, I mean, look at this top tier character design. So that's obviously a nice little feather in her cap. All right, guys, that's the video. I will do a should you pull video maybe like tomorrow. Her banner drops pretty dang quick, so something to keep an eye on there. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I'll catch you next time. Peace.